Wait, which, that way or that way?
All right, everyone, welcome to Beer Club. Thanks for coming out. This month we actually have Cider Club. Same deal, right? Some sort of alcoholic beverage that we like. So this month we have A.C.E Premium Ciders out of California. And this is one that I really don't know that much about. So I'm going to be learning with you. We have Dee, who is a fan favorite here at the Hop Shop and around New York, with A.C.E today, and she's going to tell us about the ciders and what makes them different and what makes them good, and then we're going to taste them. So if you haven't been here, welcome. Just try to keep the noise level to sort of a minimum. It's not a library, but we want to hear the people speaking and questions being asked and whatnot as well. And without further ado, I introduce you to Dee.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you to the Hop Shop for hosting this event. So I'm with A.C.E Cider. That is what we are doing tonight. We are out of Sonoma County, California, in the Russian River Valley. We're actually right down the road from Russian River Brewing. They're our neighbors. And we are celebrating our 30th anniversary this year.
Wow.
So we are actually the second oldest operating cidery in the U.S., right after Woodchuck. And we are an international company. We are in all 50 states and several countries abroad. So it's a family-owned company, started by the House family 30 years ago. They were immigrants from England. Cider is very popular in England. They're actually, that country produces the most cider in the world. It's the largest operating cider company. So when they moved here, they missed their cider from home and they started their own cidery in California because they were not able to get it imported over at the time.
Were they brewers of it, or they just enjoyed it?
They didn't brew anything else previously. He actually started his own import company first and imported a lot of UK and Ireland beers to the west coast of the US for the first time. And a lot of ciders as well, and then he decided to make his own cider company.
So he hired people to make it for him?
Oh, he
he's not like a brewer that...
No, our brewery is a man named Sava. Jeffrey House does know how to... He's helped, but he's not the main brewer. Yeah. So we have, I think, 5 styles for you guys tonight. And... Okay.
So in the New York market, I guess, what's been most popular for you? What have you seen as somebody fairly new with high taste?
Okay. So cider is actually really trending up in the New York market. We had some competition from hard seltzer for a little bit. But cider is definitely on the uptick. In New York in particular, dry ciders are the most popular cider style. And then so the first cider we're gonna have is our Joker, which is our dry cider. So that is our #1 SKU for New York State. And our second biggest seller is our Perry, which is our pear Madagascan vanilla, which we will also be drinking tonight.
I love berries.
The dry ciders have more yeast added to them. In the Joker we use a champagne yeast, so that eats away more of the sugars. So there's, I believe it ends up being less than 0.5% residual sugars left over. And that also makes the alcohol stronger, and it has a more like effervescent and mineral quality to it. Oh, we got that being passed around now.
Thank you.
And A.C.E does stand for American Cider Experience.
That is the funnest fact of the day.
Sorry, what did you think? Experience.
The American Cider Experience. And then being A.C.E, we are like
Sounds like a band.
playing card themed. So Joker, which you're drinking now, obviously one of the cards. So this one is 6.9% ABV. As I was saying, the yeast added gives it that higher alcohol content.
It's delicious.
Yeah.
Very good. So what style apples do you use? Like, I mean, there's Max and Johnson's. And do you?
We use Gravestein apples.
What?
Exclusively?
Gravestein apples?
Oh.
Gravestein, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
So that's like across the board?
That's what we use for this one. We use different, for a lot of the others, we use a blend of sweet apples. And all of our products, we don't do any added sugar in anything. It's all natural sugars from the fruit. We do use all real fruit juices in everything, so it's all naturally gluten-free and vegan.
Wow. That makes my son happy to see that. Yeah.
And the Joker only has 9 grams of carbs, which people seem to like.
You know, it's funny. I was like, when you said like it's vegan, I was like, how could beer not be? And then I remembered I started reading a book about how to brew beer, and it says like, oh yeah, a lot of these companies use gelatin and other these things, and I'm like, say what? No, it's like, yeah, it's like these animal additives so that they can achieve something in the beer. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, Budweiser has the gelatin in their beer.
Yeah.
And then also lactose you'll find in a lot of craft beers.
Yeah. Well, the lactose is like, it's like a cream ale or something like that. So depending on what they're achieving, the lactose, yeah, would make it non-vegan. But when you read about like the crap they put in like Budweiser and all of those things, it's like, why? No.
You're welcome.
Now here sometimes you have to let them, like, you know, like your blockers, they have to be in the tank for like 2 months. How, I mean, do ciders have like different like
Fermentation time?
Yeah.
I don't know. Sorry. No, it's okay.
It's worth a Google.
So do you think this guy was like a card player? Like a big card player? Or he just, they came up with the anagram and then decided to make everything about that idea? Which cider is this? Sorry.
This is A.C.E cider. This is the Joker, our dry cider with champagne yeast.
Any sandwich, so much of it is in the bread. So the burger is this whole deal.
So, you said that they started importing ciders. And then what was like the moment where it was like, you know what? Why don't we just make it ourselves? Like,
Oh no, man, I wasn't there.
oh, okay. Now, okay. Now, do they have like, when it comes to their ciders, do they have like what's their inspiration for the ciders? Is it stuff that they're used to, or is it they just want to achieve a certain taste?
So like the Joker is meant to mimic more of the English ciders that he grew up drinking.
Fascinating.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Matthew.
Matthew. Matthew. Matthew actually had a pretty good question. He was asking what's the inspiration for A.C.E. Ciders. So the Joker, the dry, our first one, is more inspired by the English ciders that the house family grew up drinking in England. And then a lot of the other ciders you're tasting is definitely going to be more of the American influence. And it is often influenced by the family's travels.
It's interesting. You know, like I try to learn. I've been trying to learn more about beer, and I mean, I know England and like the United Kingdom has a very long history of beer. I didn't know cider was a big thing because when you get imports, like when you get imports of beer from England, it's it's your typical like British style beers. I've never really heard of like a lot of, and I even worked at Beverage Island. I didn't see a lot of English ciders, and that's interesting because now now I have to look into this, and I'm like, oh, that's fascinating. Didn't know that.
Glad you're here tonight to try it.
Well, I love ciders, and it was I forget where I learned about it, but I had learned that Perry, like there's the alcoholic beverage sherry. That's more of a wine type of thing. But then when I learned about Perry, that's the technical name of a cider made from pears, and I was like, oh, that's really interesting. And I got yours. I got the A.C.E. one, and then there's one from this New York brewery, Cidery. I think they're called Black Widow. I think it's Black Widow. They make one. They're both very good. I can't remember which one. One was more sweeter and one was more drier, but they were both really good, and I really liked them.
Sorry, so you guys are on the A.C.E. High now. This is actually one of our newest products. This is an imperial cider. This is made with bittersweet apples, and it is 8% ABV.
Wow, that's high. Most ciders don't clock in that high.
Yeah, it drinks pretty smooth. Yeah, so we're actually, so the Imperial Ciders really started on the West Coast. They're pretty big out there, and we are one of the first to market in New York with the Imperial Ciders, and we are expanding this whole line. We're going to be having other high flavors coming out. We'll be having a peach, a mixed berry, and a pineapple out soon.
Ooh. Now the peach, is it like apple and peach, or is it okay? Because it was like if it's straight up peach, I don't know what that would be called. I don't think you can get a cider from a peach. I think you get more of a schnapps or a liqueur if you're only using peach juice.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't care, in general, like, how do they get the flavoring in the cider, like, to kind of complement the apple? Does it happen, like, really, like, the same process as, like, becoming cider?
In the apples or in the other flavors? Oh, in the other flavors that you'll be tasting after this, they are all blends. So the fruit, the additional fruit juices are blended in afterwards. The juices or purees are blended.
So it's juices too, so it's not actual peaches being combined.
It's added post-fermentation, blended in.
So in California, is there like a fruit pub? Can you visit A.C.E?
Yes, you can visit A.C.E. in California. We do have a pub there, so everything.
Cool.
And I would imagine that they have a ton of stuff that we don't get here. Right? We're pretty good at having everything. I mean, they have like everything all the time there. We're limited things that we have to work once in a while, but we'll eventually get them all. We do once a year. We do a Chardonnay barrel aged cider. What's that called?
That is called blackjack.
We didn't get much. Tomorrow, it's coming in tomorrow.
I'm seeing if I can add more into the order, but I can't make promises.
Hey dude, I think about
always sounds like poker. It always sounds like we feel like the little we always play poker.
It should.
Very good.
I mean, like, if you make one really, really high alcohol content, you could call it straight flush.
I like that.
If you ever achieve getting a royal warrant from the royal family in England, you could call it royal flush. You know what's interesting is that Tabasco has a royal warrant.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they have exclusive rights to sell Tabasco hot sauce to the King of England. Now, unfortunately, the Queen has died.
All right, so we were moving on to the next flavor. This is Ace Perry.
Ooh, I love this one.
So
This is a
Perry
pear
is
cider.
technically not a cider. Perry is its own style. There is no apple in this. This is fermented just from pears. And we also add Madagascan vanilla to it.
What type of pears? Oh.
And this is the sweetest of all of our ciders.
It is really sweet. This is like an F around and find out type of sweet, where it's so drinkable, it's so nice. You knock too many back, and then all of a sudden you're like, what did I do last night? Oh no. Well, at least I got a sweater.
I remember Joe used to take me to food shopping.
So which pears do you prefer? Like Martin or whoever you can get your hands on first?
Oh, she just doesn't know. Do you know what type of yeast they use for the Perry? But I really like this one. This one's one of my favorites.
The Perry was our first national hit that really helped grow the company.
It's really interesting because it's like, everybody knows ciders. Not many people know Perry's. And when I was working at Beverage Island, I think there really was only two. There was yours, and then a Perry from Doc's. I don't remember seeing it when I was there at Beverage Island, but I do know there's I think the company is Black Widow, I forget, but it's a New York company that makes cider, and they have a Perry.
Yeah, I only know I've only had their cherry.
It's good. They're both very good. It's funny. It's funny. I was just looking up the New York Perry because I know it's made in New York. There actually is a town in New York called Perry.
We also have a street in New York called Perry.
Yeah.
My dad is DMU.
Black Widow Cidery. I don't want the spider, I want the cider. Oh, I knew I had the name wrong. I'm sorry, I've been calling it the wrong name for the past 15 minutes. It's Original Sin.
Yeah, Black Widow. I like it. All
I was
right,
close.
guys. We have the guava cider out. The guava is both mine and Brett's favorite flavor.
I think it's
So this is made with pink Brazilian guavas. Inspired by a family vacation from the house family.
There it is. It's good.
So this
Well, it's good to know your competition.
That's why I said I want.
It's the only other company I know that makes a pear.
Yeah.
so this is a sweet and tart cider.
This is really fun. Tastes like candy.
Yeah.
So good.
It's their that new Pepsi logo is to celebrate their 125th anniversary.
But I like the curry Give me one. I can drink any.
It's still an apple base, and then the guava is added in post-fermentation.
No way. She's got a bug on each leg.
You can make that up.
I have. That's what's really bothering
So what do people
me. I've been
feel
trying
like
to get better at the
so
bug
far?
origami.
Who likes?
I haven't.
What do you guys like the most here so far? Pear, guava, guava back there.
I like them all.
The Joker. The dry one with the champagne yeast. I like that one. I really like the pear. The pear. It was really good. I could drink a lot of that.
Too sour?
I probably will.
That one's very tart.
Oh, okay. Well, that's that was like my go-to place.
You used to work at Island Beverage?
Yeah.
They have the cider there.
They have a decent selection.
Yeah, all right, good.
So you can go into beverage aisle you go all the way to the back wall
Yeah.
where there's the glass doors that say "Don't enter,"
Right.
and it's usually at the front. I would say it's aisle 6. It's usually at the front, and that's where they usually have the ciders. It may have changed since I worked there.
Right.
But they had A.C.E, they had Doc's, they had a bunch of other ones that are like local from New York.
Oh, okay.
They had a lot of really good ones.
Because we go there.
Yeah, I love going there, but it gets expensive fast.
Yeah, I know. You go in there and you walk out with a $100 bill.
Yeah, you go in there, it's like I'm just getting a few things. You come out, it's like over $60. It's like, what the hell did I do?
Thank you.
All right, we have our last flavor coming out. This is called Space, and this is a blood orange grapefruit cider. So this is a tart cider. It still has an apple base in it, and it is unfiltered. So you get a really fun color out of it.
Oh God! Oh no! I really hate that. A long passion fruit. Oh no! I also want to drink that.
Oh, this is the final board? Oh, this is the Why is it purple?
It's blood orange, like orange.
It's not regular orange.
You know, it's interesting. When I went to Italy, on the Alitalia flight, and throughout most of Italy, the orange juice was blood orange.
Yeah, blood orange is big there.
And when I was on the flight to Italy, and they had a cart with all the food and stuff like that, and at one point you could just get up and go to it and pour yourself something. It didn't have booze or anything like that. You had to pay for that. But like if you wanted a soda, you wanted orange juice or something like that, and orange juice used to look like about this red, and it was delicious.
Oh, it's so good.
All right, so the reason this one is called Space is because the House family, the owners of Cidery, the matriarch is a part-time actress living out there in California, and she was an extra in the original Star Wars movies.
Wow!
If you get the packaged version of Ace, which is sold in bottles and cans, it has an image of her from the movie there, from the Mos Eisley scene. And that's why it's called Space. That is why it's called Space.
Mos Eisley. God damn it, I don't remember what movie that's from.
I don't know if I can Mrs. House. I had first grade ones for like 6 weeks and I was like, I can't do it.
Where's their Star Wars floors? What?
I mean, so many of the kids obviously that there was something right. My kids and everybody else in the street, got it really good. But now I'm teaching the really big things, like
What's on the horizon for Ace?
On the horizon for Ace is more of the high imperial flavors. Those should be coming out real soon. We have the imperial peach, the imperial mixed berry, which is raspberry, blackberry, strawberry. An imperial pineapple will be coming. Pineapple is our biggest seller nationally. We are actually the first company that ever did a pineapple cider.
I have a feeling. What about variety packs?
Yes, we have a tropical variety pack that's available in the market, which is the berry, the pineapple, the guava, and the mango. The mango is actually available for sale right here at this bar, the Hop Shop.
I really do. I'm on the website and they got a 30th anniversary blackjack, and I'm like, it's only 18 bucks, but it's like, I don't know if it'll ship to New York.
I don't know how it works.
But yeah, you guys do a pumpkin one.
Yes, we do have a seasonal pumpkin cider as well that comes out in the fall. Made with allspice and nutmeg. Sometimes we do a spring honey apple cider. And we will be venturing into the non-alcoholic but CBD beverage diet soon as well with our Pineapple Express CBD drink.
I found the info about the space thing. It says Jeffrey House's wife, who played Rey Tanika in the cantina scene in the original Star Wars. That's it. That's the whole bit. But it's like Star Wars is weird when it comes to like side characters. It's like the character could be in the background. It will get a toy line. It will have a mythos.
They all have a story.
Yeah, I know.
It's like real world building. I appreciate that about them.
And it's like, and then like when you hear like Star Wars fans say, "Oh, I'm so angry because this didn't happen," and this is like, you're trying to say you want to condense, you want to take all of this world building and try to contain that into a 2.5-hour movie. It's not gonna happen. What? Oh.
Alrighty, I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Thank you for coming out.
That's it.
Thank you. Did anyone have any other questions? Or?
Oh, I thought there was going to be more.
I'll be here. That's very nice. You have questions.
Get a big hand for D. A.C.E. Thank you all. All the way from California. Almost.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dee. I hope you guys enjoyed the ciders today. At Hop Shop, we always have 2 ciders on the draft and a bunch of ciders in the beer fridge, if that's what you're into, and a lot of people are into ciders. She was saying that there was the big push the last few years for seltzers, but that has definitely declined a bit and kind of just steadied out. And, now ciders are on the rise again as the alternative to beer, and I like that because I prefer ciders to seltzers. I mean, seltzers, it was a novelty. Nothing against them, but a lot of times it's these weird off flavors, and it's kind of the first one tastes okay, and after that it doesn't taste that great. But I mean, like something like the Perry cider that we tasted today, I mean, I could just drink the hell out of that. That was great.
Yeah.
So it's your guys' job now to go out into the big wide world and ask for A.C.E. ciders. I went into Beverage Island, who usually has everything, and they barely had any A.C.E. ciders. So if you go to your local places, go to whatever store you shop for beer at, say, hey, do you have A.C.E.? And then they'll say, no, we don't. And SKI is the distributor. And they'll get in touch with the local SKI rep, which is Vinny Zaluma right here. And he'll hook them up with some cider. So again, I appreciate you all coming out to the Hop Shop. This is a monthly event that we have. It's the last Thursday of the month. Usually a beer. This month was a cider. Try to keep it generally pretty local. This month we had something a little different, and that's cool too. But hopefully, if you follow us, if you're interested in this and coming again, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. And we'll see you next month. Thank you so much.
She was like,